In a small town nestled between rolling hills and whispering forests, there lived a curious little girl named Lily. Lily had always been fascinated by the stories her grandmother told her about a magical garden that only appeared in dreams. Every night, as Lily drifted off to sleep, she hoped to find this enchanted place. One summer evening, as fireflies danced outside her window and the sweet scent of jasmine filled the air, Lily closed her eyes and made a wish. "Please, let me find the magical garden tonight," she whispered to the twinkling stars. As Lily fell into a deep slumber, she felt a gentle breeze caress her cheek. When she opened her eyes, she found herself standing at the edge of the most beautiful garden she had ever seen. The grass beneath her feet sparkled like emeralds, and flowers of every color imaginable swayed in the soft moonlight. Lily took a step forward, her heart pounding with excitement. As she walked along a path made of shimmering silver stones, she noticed something extraordinary. The flowers weren't just colorful, they were singing. Their melodies intertwined, creating the most beautiful symphony Lily had ever heard. "Welcome, Lily!" a melodious voice called out. Lily turned to see a tall, graceful woman with flowing silver hair and eyes that twinkled like stars. "I am the guardian of the Garden of Dreams. We've been expecting you." Lily's eyes widened in wonder. "You have? But how did you know I was coming?" The guardian smiled warmly. "Every child who believes in magic finds their way here eventually. This garden is a special place where dreams come to life and imagination knows no bounds." As they walked together through the garden, Lily saw incredible sights. There were trees with leaves made of paper, their branches filled with stories waiting to be read. Butterflies with wings like stained glass fluttered by, leaving trails of rainbow light in their wake. In a nearby pond, fish with scales of polished gemstones swam in formation, creating mesmerizing patterns. "What would you like to do first, Lily?" the guardian asked. "In this garden, you can do anything you can imagine." Lily thought for a moment, her mind racing with possibilities. Can I fly?" she asked hesitantly. The guardian nodded, her smile growing wider. "Of course you can. Just believe and it will happen." Lily closed her eyes and imagined herself soaring through the air. When she opened them again, she found herself floating above the ground. With a delighted laugh, she zoomed upwards, twirling and spinning among the stars. As she flew, Lily noticed other children in the garden below. Some were painting on canvases that came to life, others were playing music on instruments made of light, and a few were even having tea parties with talking animals. Lily spent what felt like hours exploring the magical garden. She raced with unicorns across fields of rainbow grass. She helped a group of industrious elves build a castle out of clouds, and even had a conversation with a wise old oak tree that told her stories from centuries past. As the night wore on, Lily began to feel sleepy. The guardian appeared beside her once more. "It's time to go home now, Lily," she said gently. "But remember, you can always return to the Garden of Dreams whenever you wish. All you need to do is believe." Lily nodded, her eyes heavy with sleep, but her heart full of wonder. As she lay down on a bed of soft moss, she felt herself drifting back to her own world. When Lily woke up the next morning, she found a single shimmering petal on her pillow, a memento from the magical garden. She smiled, knowing that her adventures were only just beginning. From that day on, Lily's dreams were filled with magical journeys to the Garden of Dreams. Each night brought new adventures, new friends, and new lessons about the power of imagination. She learned that, with creativity and belief, anything was possible. Not just in her dreams, but in the waking world too. Lily began to see magic in everyday things. The way sunlight danced on dewdrops reminded her of the glittering paths in the garden. The songs of birds echoed the melodies of the singing flowers. Even the shapes of clouds seemed to hold stories waiting to be discovered. At school, Lily's newfound imagination made her lessons come alive. History became a grand adventure. Science experiments were like magical potions, and math problems transformed into puzzles waiting to be solved. Her teachers were amazed at her enthusiasm and creativity. Lily's parents noticed the change too. Their once shy daughter now bubbled with confidence and ideas. She filled sketchbooks with drawings of her dream adventures and wrote stories that captivated everyone who read them. As Lily grew older, she never forgot the Garden of Dreams. Even when some of her classmates began to say that magic wasn't real, Lily knew better. She understood that true magic lived in the heart and mind of those who chose to see the world with wonder. Years passed, and Lily became a famous author and illustrator of children's books. Her stories, inspired by her childhood adventures in the Garden of Dreams, ignited the imaginations of children all over the world. Parents would often write to her, amazed at how their children's creativity blossomed after reading her books. One day, as Lily sat in her study working on her latest story, she received a letter from a young girl named Emma. The letter read, "Dear Ms. Lily, your books are my favorite. Last night, I had a dream about a magical garden where flowers sang and trees told stories. It was the most wonderful place I've ever been. Is that the same garden from your books? Can you tell me how to go back there? Love, Emma." Lily smiled as she read the letter, a familiar twinkle in her eye. She took out a piece of paper and began to write her reply. "Dear Emma, thank you for your lovely letter. The garden you dreamed about is indeed very special. It's called the Garden of Dreams, and it's a place I know well. The wonderful thing about this garden is that it's different for everyone who visits it. Your garden might have singing flowers and talking trees, while someone else's might have rivers of starlight or castles in the clouds. The secret to visiting the Garden of Dreams is simple. Believe. Believe in magic, in wonder, and in the power of your imagination. When you go to sleep at night, think about the garden and all the amazing things you'd like to see and do there. If you believe strongly enough, you'll find your way back. Remember, Emma, the magic of the Garden of Dreams isn't just for nighttime. You can carry it with you wherever you go. Look for wonder in the world around you. Use your imagination to turn ordinary things into extraordinary adventures. Be kind, be curious, and always keep dreaming. Who knows? Maybe one day you'll write your own stories about your adventures in the Garden of Dreams. I can't wait to read them. Sweet dreams, Lily." As Lily sealed the envelope, she glanced out of her window. For a moment, she thought she saw a shimmer in the air, like the gateway to the Garden of Dreams opening up. She smiled, knowing that somewhere out there, a new adventure was just beginning. And so, the magic of the Garden of Dreams lived on, passed from one generation to the next, through stories, dreams, and the boundless imagination of children who dared to believe in the extraordinary.